Hi, welcome back to Get Lost Traveling. I'm David, and today I'm in San Francisco's Geographical Center. I'm actually about to get started on a hike. There's quite a few parks in the center of the city, and one of them is Mount Davis. The other one is the Glen Canyon Park, and then there's also Twin Peaks. We'll be doing all three hikes together today. We'll be starting off at the Mount Davidson Trail, and then we're gonna come back down and then over to Glen Canyon Park, and then we'll walk through the canyon, hit some of the boulders there, and then we'll head up to Twin Peaks to the Vista points. Anyways, there's a lot of walking to do. It's gonna be about maybe 3 to 4 hours of walking. So this is the road that leads to the path for Mount Davidson, and this is the beginning of it. It's the stairs, and there's not really a lot of people around that I see. Okay, so to start, there's a little bit of an incline, and after you get off the city streets, it does get pretty quiet, and the smell changes. You smell a lot of fresh vegetations. Oh, and it's quite slippery today because I think it had a little bit of rain. So as you're walking along this path, it turns in and out of places where you can see the city and some of the houses around the neighborhood. It was pretty steep in the beginning, but now it's getting a little bit better. We're coming up on a fork here. Do I go left or do I go right? I think I go right. That's where I'm headed for. Just by the way, we are headed to check out the controversial cross. It was controversial until the cross was bought by a Christian group, but prior to that it was owned by the public and on display on public land, which a lot of people didn't like. This is a cool little outcrop of rocks and boulders. It looks like at some point this became loose from here and came down. It still looks really good. It's just that everything's so quiet here. It's just so beautiful. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused right now because I just came from down this path and now it's leading to 3 paths. One up on the left hand side, I have a center set of stairs, and then I got one on the right hand to go down. I don't know where to go. Something tells me I should just go to the center and see where it leads me. Right now, the ground is hella wet. There's a lot of mud, and it looks like it was raining last night, and so it's a little bit precarious. I found myself slipping a couple times, so let's actually get across over here. But look at this mud here. Eee. Okay, so we're gonna get up here and we'll see where that leads. So now the stairs have led to another set of stairs, which leads up again, or I can walk the dirt road up. Okay, might as well. We've been doing stairs. So there you go. That's the bottom. Still have just a little bit more to go. It is really steep though. I think both the path over there and the stairs that lead to another path here goes to the same place. So I was walking up here and all of a sudden I looked up and it was like, wow, there's a cross right in front of me. It scared me a little bit, but I guess it's safe to go up there unless it decides it wants to fall an atheist today. Well, I guess all roads leads to one place and one place only, and that's where the cross is located at. So we're here at the cross. It's not too hard to find. It is hidden behind a bunch of trees, so you don't see it until you're actually up on it, and it's really kind of spooky up here. It's kind of scary. Okay, so this thing is humongous. It is gigantic. Like, I don't even know how to explain how big it is, but it is really, really big. I guess size doesn't really matter when it comes to how big your religious icons can be. On one side of the top, we have the cross, and then on the other side of Mount Davidson, we have the Vista point here. Here's the view over the city. It's a little bit of a haze going on down there, but other than that, it's pretty clear out. But it looks like there's actually more to this than just this part over here, because I just found a little path that leads down a little bit further, and there's more to see from this path. We're at the top of Vista Point. Behind me is downtown San Francisco, as well as all the neighborhoods that surround this park. It's pretty nice. There's a lot of loose gravels and rocks in this little path here. So we're going down the back side. Glad to get to this path over here because this one was really, really precarious coming down. I slipped a couple times. There's a lot of loose gravels and stuff, so just be careful if you do decide to walk along the steeper path. It's not that hard. It's a quick walk up and down, and it's a pretty nice little view. There's just not a lot of people that's doing this little hike. Maybe towards the evening you have a bit more people walking around, but definitely not too much during the daytime. So that was quite a walk, and we're headed down to the bottom. Not quite the bottom, but we're exiting Mount Davidson Park. I'm gonna go on the road for a little bit, and we're gonna head over to the trailhead for Glen Canyon right now. We're at the crossing, but there's a lot of cars. So right now I am walking down the side of Glen Canyon, which is right over here, and O'Shaughnessy is the road that goes down that. This is a very familiar street to me because I used to take this all the time when I was in high school. The bus 44 comes down here, and 44 is actually what takes me to school, but I actually took it from school to downtown because I used to work there in high school. So we've reached the Glen Park Recreation Center, which is also the trailhead for the Glen Canyon hike. So here's an interesting fact. I have grown up in this area pretty much more than half my life, and I didn't know that there was a hiking trail over here and never even tried it. So this is a first for me. I've never done this trail before, and hopefully it'll be fun. At the bottom of the canyon, I think there's some boulders, and they're supposed to look really nice, and so we'll head over there. We'll take a look at those boulders. We'll finish the trail all the way to the end, which is I think where Portola Boulevard is, and from there we're going to cross over that road and start the trail up Twin Peaks. But for now, we are headed to the boulders. I really wish I knew about this a long time ago, because this is actually a really nice place to visit. There are a bunch of blue jays here too. I think there's one up in the trees right now. I don't know if you can see it. These are wild blackberries. I've been seeing a lot of these all over the trail, and they're just blooming. They're growing all over the place. I was actually thinking about tasting some of that blackberry that's grown. I just realized that they do actually use pesticide in these areas because there's a lot of invasive plants. Okay, I am a little bit lost. Do I go back towards the recreation center? I'm definitely not there. Or do I go to the Portola Avenue? Or there's actually a trail that leads up. I think I'm gonna go there and check it out. Okay, so I actually found where it is. We're actually right beneath the boulders over here. And so we're gonna take the stairs up and see the boulders. And there are the boulders right now. We're on top of the boulders at Glen Canyon. We're just climbing up these here. These are the rocks that everybody walks past. And there's a trail that brings you directly up here. So far, this whole walk in the canyon has been pretty quiet. Probably in the beginning, before the boulders around the rec area, I saw a lot of people. But afterwards, going towards the Portola exit, there's just not a lot of people. I saw people here and there, but not much. We have reached McIntyre High School. It's a performing arts school, and I think at one point you need to audition to get into the school. I'm not sure if that's the case anymore. I'm done with the Glen Canyon hike, just walking out, and right next to me is I think the current School of Performing Arts. I'm headed across the street right now, and then we're gonna get down to the bottom of this road where the Twin Peaks hike begins. I made it to the trail for Twin Peaks and I'm starting on it right now. And it's interesting because Twin Peaks actually has 3 vista points, not just 2, because there's actually 3 places that you can see the city from. That's really nice. And we're gonna go see all 3 of them. This is, I guess, part of something they call the Ridge Trail, and I'm just not too familiar with the Ridge Trail or these 3 that I've done today, or I'm doing right now, because like I said, I just never really was into hiking when I was younger, and so never really did anything like that. But it is a really nice hike. I've driven up Twin Peaks quite a few times. It's always a nice view when you get up there, and I'm sure today will be the same. We're not quite at the summit yet. The view's starting to look pretty nice already. So we're here just at the bottom of Noe Peak over here. The next one is Eureka Peak, and then the other vista point is just right past that. So this is Noe Peak. We're gonna head up there right now. There's a crow right there. There's a lot of crows. Wow. It's crazy windy up here, and it's kind of chilly up here. It's really bright as well. It's just right, I think about an hour and a half or 2 hours out from sunset. My hands are so cold right now, and this is the dead of summer. So we're down from the peaks, And as we got down, the wind is no longer, well, it's not as big of an issue as it was before. So from up here you can see quite a few places. There's Market Street right down there, and right before that there's a pride flag, and that is where the Castro is. And then down this way, all the way down there is Market Street, and that's the financial district. I want to stay for the sunset. It's about maybe 45 minutes till, but I think I'm gonna start walking down, and I see the sunset on my way down, but I don't think I'm gonna be waiting that much longer. My nose is starting to run a little bit, so it's time to cut this short. And let's head back down, back to the car. I'll kind of do a wrap up after I get done. And so far today I've walked a total of 21,000 steps for the full day. It says that I walked about 9.25 miles, and yeah, it's been quite a walk. I started off just a little bit before 3 o'clock, and now it is 7:30. And yeah, it was a pretty nice walk, about 4 hours total. And yeah, I saw parts of the city that I've never seen before, did hikes that I've never seen before, and I hope you have found something that you can probably do when you visit San Francisco next time. Anyways, I'm gonna end things here. Thanks for getting lost with me, and I will see you on the next one. And there's some graffiti art on the sidewalk, on the road. I mean, this road is actually not drivable anymore. I think they put up barriers so that people can walk, and I think everybody started drawing on it, and so it's pretty cool.